Sal, ponle por, sal, ponle por. היי, חבר, כנסו לבפנים, איפה הזה? כנסו! תהיה ישירה בחולון! אלוהים שישמור אותה!
What you just saw was a missile fired by Hamas into civilian populated areas in Israel. As a result of that missile, one innocent woman lost her life. The disgusting animals of Hamas are at it again, shooting missiles into civilian populated areas for the sole purpose of killing Jews. But the mainstream media will have you believe otherwise. They will have you believe that the Israelis are actually the aggressors. But are they? No, they're not. Not even close. As of the recording of this video, there have been 3 casualties in Israel and 26 reported casualties in Gaza. 8 are confirmed Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas terrorists. At least 5 are Gazans killed when Hamas rockets aimed at Israel misfired. Hamas rockets kill Israelis and Palestinians. Here's an idea. Stop shooting rockets. Save lives, Jewish and Palestinian. Now, if you want a full, comprehensive look of what's going on today and what started this conflict, listen to the Ben Shapiro show today. He gives you a beautiful, comprehensive look. Because that's not what we're doing here today. In this video, I will rant about the disgusting terrorists of Hamas, the disgusting mainstream media, and the disgusting terrorist sympathizers like Ilhan Abdullahi Omar. Before I begin talking about Hamas, Ilhan Abdullahi Omar, and the squad, and the mainstream media, I want to give you my opinions on Gaza, the Gaza Strip. Back in 2004, 2005, when Israel ceded the Gaza Strip to Hamas, to the Palestinians, I was younger. I was a Democrat. I was a gullible fool. And I thought it was a good idea. I thought, hey, we're giving them their own land. They're not going to fight us anymore. They'll be happy. They'll be appeased. I see I was wrong, and I was a fool because I could have looked down in history. History major, could have down in history. Appeasing Hitler didn't work. Appeasing terrorists doesn't work either. So, if Israel wanted to take back the Gaza Strip, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because we should never have given it to them in the first place. But let's talk about today. Did you know that the Hamas leadership is using influencers on TikTok to tell the Muslim teenagers in Israel to grab a knife? If you don't have one, buy a knife. It's only 5 shekel. And with that knife, you can cut the throat of a Jew. And by doing that, you bring shame to the Jewish nation. Now, these videos, I'm not going to play them for you. It's disgusting. But they have this inspiring music behind them. It's disturbing. It's disgusting. Yet the mainstream media, they don't cover that. Why not? The wonderful and righteous members of Hamas can also be differentiated from the awful members of the IDF, Israeli Defense Force, by the following actions. For example, Hamas likes to fire their missiles towards civilian populations from schools and hospitals, knowing that when Israel retaliates with an airstrike, they're going to hit hospitals and schools. Then, the fools at CNN and the Associated Press will print headlines saying, Israel airstrike kills 15 kids. Israel airstrike targets hospital. When in reality, it should say, terrorist fires from hospital, Israel retaliates where terrorist is. Did you know that Israel sends leaflets ahead of airstrikes warning innocent people to get out of the area? For example, this next video I'm about to show you. How do you think the person knew exactly the time and place to film? Because he was warned by the IDF, because they don't like killing innocent civilians. Take a look.
Allahu Akbar. Hasbi Allah.
In contrast, Hamas tries shooting their rockets towards schools, and when they hit one, they celebrate. But the Israelis are a little smart, so they evacuate the school beforehand. But either way, take a look at the damage that a single missile caused at an Israeli school that thankfully was evacuated. Now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the mainstream media because, let's be honest, I talk about the fake news media almost in every video. And I've already mentioned how they manipulate the headlines, trying to misrepresent the facts, trying to make Israel seem like the bad oppressor. So what I do want to show you is the difference between two satirical news websites. The Onion on the left and the Babylon Bee on the center right. So the Onion has been going woker and woker and woker. And as we've learned, the more woke you are, the more anti-Semitic you get. So the Onion had this headline today. IDF soldier recruits harrowing, heroic war story of killing 8-month-old child. This is the anti-Semitic trope, also recounted by Abby Martin all the time she goes on Joe Rogan, saying that Israeli soldiers love killing Palestinian babies. Complete fake news. But whatever. No need to give them their subscription or money, because we can go to the Babylon Bee. They're actually funny. They're actually good. For example, inconsiderate Jews continue to be alive against Palestinians' wishes. You know why that's funny and the other one isn't? Because this one is based on reality. And comedy is good when it's based on reality. Not on wokeness, not on fake news, and not on, nonsensical bullshit. The last topic I want to rant about is terrorist sympathizers, specifically American politicians, specifically Ilhan Abdullahi Omar and Ayanna Pressley, specifically members of the Squad. You see, these wonderful members of the Squad, wonderful representatives of the United States Congress, they say that Israel defending itself against missiles of Hamas is actually acts of terrorism. Ilhan Abdullahi Omar actually went as far as saying, hey, it's not fair. Israel has an Iron Dome. The Iron Dome is an incredible piece of technology that protects Israel from missiles. A missile comes, the Iron Dome intercepts, blows it up in the sky. So Ilhan Omar is like, it's not fair. Hamas missiles aren't getting to Israel because of the Iron Dome. It's not fair. Don't you see they're mean? So listen, Ilhan, if you want an Iron Dome to protect Palestinians, I have an even better idea. As I said at the beginning of the video, stop shooting missiles. Stop firing rockets. And I guarantee you, the Israelis won't come at you. They won't airstrike you. They won't kill anybody. Before I end the video, I want to show you this. The last time I was in Israel was 2014, and Hamas started firing rockets at Israel once again, because why not? Killing Jews is great. It's one of their favorite pastimes. I remember the sirens and the alarms going off so often that it got to the point where I was annoyed. Almost every building in Israel has bomb shelters, including the Airbnb I was renting. I remember I was eating my sandwich for lunch and the sirens go off. I didn't want to go to the shelter. My ex-girlfriend, she got upset. She said, let's go to the shelter. And I said, let me finish my sandwich. The alarms go off all the time. What I'm trying to show you with this is that Hamas, the Palestinian Authority, all these terrorist groups, they're going to keep firing rockets into Israel, trying to kill Jews as much and as often as they can. So don't get it twisted. The Jews are not the bad guys. The Israelis are not the bad guys. Just minding our own business. And rockets are coming in. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, share. That's what really helps the channel. Follow me on the social medias, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the BitChutes. Thank you for watching. See you next time.